The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 303 of a daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Warner Brothers 100th Anniversary Playing Cards from Theory 11. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. But as always, this is a sealed deck, so we're going to have to crack that cellophane. There's no pull tab, but there's a little pull something on the side, so we'll just grab that and crack this open. Now that we have that cracked open, as you can see, it's in a matte blue finished tuck box with some gold foiling there, and it is embossed, so you can feel the texture of that like Warner Bros. Logo there and playing cards. And you kind of get that little, kind of like Warner Bros. Little circles behind it there, like the darker blue there, with the lighter blue behind it. It says Theory 11, the Warner Bros. Logo and playing cards. On one side, it says Warner Bros. Theory 11, and you got the Superman logo and the Batman logo. The other side says Warner Bros. And Theory 11 again, and you got the Bugs Bunny logo and the Harry Potter symbol there. The bottom, you got the Theory 11 logo, you got the Warner Brothers logo, and you got premium playing cards, Theory 11, all characters and elements, and trademarks. And then on the back, you get a little sneak peek of that back design, and some more gold foiling there, and you got a little bit of like that blue foiling as well on the back of the tuck box, and it's also embossed. You can feel the texture of all of that. And for the seal, you just got like a gold circle seal with the Warner Bros. Logo there, so it's a blue and gold seal there. And then on the top, you can see a little bit of a Warner Bros. Logo. It might say Warner Bros. Like 100th anniversary, but it's kind of covered up, so you can't really 100% know what's under there. But now that we took a look at the tuck box, we gotta crack that seal. Grab our handy dandy card opener. Now that we cracked the seal, on the tuck flap it just says Warner Bros. In that gold foiling. On the inner tuck flaps, it's just that matte blue finish. If we take the cards out of the box, on the inside of the tuck box, it's just that matte blue finish. Nothing too fancy or crazy going on inside there. Now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And first we'll start with that back design. Here we have a mirrored back design with the standard white border going around. And it's like a gold. You kind of got like a yellowish, like orange and blue kind of colorway. And that kind of like, there's other shade of blue. You got like the dark blue for the background. But then like the lighter blue is a little bit metallic. So you have that like metallic blue accent with the back design there. And you got a bunch of different Warner Brothers like licensed characters. So you can see the main one there in the middle, which is pretty much like one of their mascots, is Bugs Bunny there right in the middle. And you can see like the Batman logo. You see like the rocket ship, like maybe Marvin the Martian and his helmet there. You see some like little lollipop and a Wonka bar for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You got, not entirely sure what that little tower is. But then you got the little Acme Co. for like Wile E. Coyote. And you got Buddy the Elf, like a little hat there. And then you got this like flying monkeys from that Wizard of Oz. So it's a bunch of different movies. Oh, and then you got Jerry and Tom, or Tom and Jerry from Tom and Jerry. Okay. Well, it's just a bunch of different characters from the Warner Bros. Like licensing there. A nice colorful back design and lots to look at. And it's a mirrored back design, so if we were to flip it over, same design in both directions. And now for the cards you get with the deck. And we'll start with, I guess we got a Theory 11 ad card at first. And it's a red, it's a kind of like, if you see, ever seen, watch like Bugs Bunny or Looney Tunes, you see like at the end, I think it's at the end or at the beginning, it says, "That's all folks." And that's kind of like the little design there that they have with like the red circle there with the Theory 11 little ad in the middle there, and then the little yellow border. And then you got a kind of second one, which is another Theory 11 ad card with the logo there. And then you got a custom ace of spades here. And excuse me, I'm not going to know all these characters like right away. But you got the nice big spade there, and then you got like that blue. It's like a blue and black kind of colorway with a little eye there. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I don't know why Lord of the Rings is popping in my head, but I don't know if Warner Bros. owns Lord of the Rings or not. Okay, but anyways, I'm not entirely sure what uh, character that's supposed to be. But anyways, we'll get on to the rest of the spades here. They're pretty simplistic, nothing like overly crazy. There's lightly custom there with their own little custom design, but nothing like too crazy going on. You got a little bit of a custom numbers in the corner there. And then the Jack, Queen, and King of spades are fully custom here. So for the Jack of clubs, you have some kind of like, okay, there's a lot going on here now that I see that. So you got like the Superman logo on the chest, and then you got, that's from the Goonies. It's the character from the Goonies because the pirate hat there. You got that one character from the Goonies, which I can't quite remember his name. And then he has some kind of like chocolate bar or something in his hand. And then for the Queen of Spades, you got Harley Quinn. And then for the King of Spades, you got Batman. And they all have like an orange and like yellow kind of like fading background to it. And then you got the custom Ace of Diamonds, which is nice there. And it says maple syrup. So that is from Elf there. And then the rest of the diamonds are pretty simplistic, lightly custom again, but still like pretty standard at the same time. And then you got the Jack, Queen, and King of diamonds here. And then you got, for the Jack of diamonds, you got Tom and Jerry there. For the Queen of diamonds, you got Wonder Woman. And then for the King of diamonds, you got Kent Clark or Superman. And they still have that orange and like yellow fading background. Same with the clubs there. Jack, Queen, and King of clubs. Custom characters once again. And for the King of clubs, you got Harry Potter. For the Queen of clubs, you got Velma and Daphne from Scooby-Doo. And then for the Jack of clubs, you got Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, once again from Scooby-Doo. And a little detail of the little Scooby snacks going through the middle, which is pretty nice. And then the rest of the clubs are just pretty standard looking, nothing too crazy. And you got the custom club there with some kind of little bit of a logo. It's like a spin top or something. It's probably from something, but I'm not entirely sure. And then lastly, you got the hearts, Jack, Queen, and King of hearts. And for the King of hearts, you got Bugs Bunny. For the Queen of hearts, you got the Wizard of Oz. I know it's from the Wizard of Oz, but I can't remember her name at this very moment. You got Toto or something is her dog, but the dog's not really in the. Oh well, I can't think of her name from the girl from The Wizard of Oz. And then for the Jack of Hearts, you got Willy Wonka there. And the rest of the hearts are lightly custom once again. Nothing too crazy going on there. And you got the Ace of Hearts, which is custom, and you got the Oompa Loompas there. I remember her name now. That is Dorothy. I'll keep moving on. Yeah, the Ace of Hearts has the Oompa Loompas from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory there. And then you got the last two cards in the deck, which are the two Jokers. The first Joker has that same orange and like yellow fading background, and it is a gremlin there. And it says Joker, Joker there. One of the more evil gremlins, I guess. And then for the second Joker, you got, it says Joker, Joker there, and then you got it, the clown, like Pennywise, the clown there. And that's more one of that's the newer version, I think. That's what it looks like, the newer version of Pennywise. But now that we took a look at the cards, on the test the handling. And first we'll start with the springs. Well, like I say, the cards are nice and like springy there. They're not overly like stiff, which is pretty nice. There, they, they feel nice in the hands. Like they're definitely a little bit stiff, like, but they're not overly stiff. So you can definitely spring them pretty easy, but not like super easy. Because some decks like I've had like they bend like almost instantly. But these ones have a little bit of stiffness to them, so you're gonna have to like have a little bit of pressure to like flex them. But they're still pretty smooth springs once you get them broken in. Now onto the fan. And as you can see, they spread pretty evenly. You can see most of the pips and numbers. There's no real stickiness or clumpiness to the cards. There's definitely no stickiness because they feel like they want to slide out of my hand. Because they're that like slippery. And now time for that Pharaoh. A pretty decent Pharaoh there. They did stick a little bit when I was Pharaohing them, but they interlocked away pretty flawlessly there. Now for a giant fan of that back design. Now for that reverse Pharaoh. The reverse Pharaoh was a little bit more smoothly. They didn't really like stick or catch on each other. And they interlocked away pretty nicely again. Now we're a giant fan of the faces. And now, time for the riffle shuffle or bridge shuffle. So what I found out that you're gonna have to like break them in a little bit. Like do about like 8 or 9 riffles for them to break in because the first couple are a little bit clumpy. So you're gonna have to break those in. Like they still work to shuffle them and stuff. They're just not like super smooth. But they get smoother over time. Now time for a few packet cuts. I don't know what it is with the cards, but they feel fantastic in the hands. I'm not sure like what they did differently with these, but they feel fantastic. Not really any issues with the packet cuts. Pretty average packet cuts there. Nice and smooth. They're not overly slippery. They didn't really want to slide on my hands too much, which is pretty nice with packet cuts. They're nice and packety. Now time for that one-handed cut or a Charlier cut. Yep, there's the little bit of slipperiness there. As I almost dropped them all. See, like I don't know what's happening there. Like I just want to slide on my hands for some reason. Mostly only doing this in one-handed cut is when they want to slide in my hands, not doing everything else. But now time for the dribble. If Okay, definitely the dribbles are definitely more like have more of it of like they stick to your fingers a little bit more when you have them like face up. You have a little bit more control over the cards. Like it's a little bit more smoother when they're face up. But when they're back designed up, you can still dribble them, but they like slip out of your hands a little bit more easy. You don't have as much grip to them. But they're still pretty smooth either way. It's just like back design up, they're a little bit more slippery. Now time for that spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, I gotta say, Theory11 has outdone themselves once again, making another fantastic deck. They always go all out with these licensed decks that they're doing more and more often nowadays. You know, we got that nice back design there with all the different characters, and a yellow and like a bluish kind of colorway combo there. And then you got a little bit of blue metallic ink on the back design, which is a nice little detail there. And then for the faces, they're all fully custom. Like the suits and everything are custom too. There's nothing like super special with the pips there and the suits. So we'll just skip past those. But then you got the core cards, which are all different iconic characters from all the different shows and movies from over the years. You got like Bugs Bunny, the Looney Tunes, you got like Superman there, so all the like iconic and even all the aces have something on them. Yeah. So that's what I like to see in decks. It's like every card be a little bit custom here and there. And you never really see the aces being used other than the ace of spades. So it's nice to see that they're all fully custom. And even the jokers were custom. Well, the jokers are always custom there. So overall, a fantastic designed deck. So if you're a fan of Warner Brothers, I would recommend picking this up just for a little shelf item. Or if you want to play cards with them, you can still play cards with them too, because they're not like overly custom for the faces, but they have definitely customization for like the Joker, like the quick cards and stuff. So overall, fantastic design, and for that handling, they handle fantastic, no issues whatsoever, except for a little bit of stiffness right out of the box. But once you start shuffling them up, they get broken in and more loose. And they're a little bit slippery from time to time, but they feel fantastic in the hands. Nice and smooth in pretty much every aspect. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day number 303 of your daily deck review. This has been the Warner Brothers 100th anniversary playing cards from the Theory11, and I'm the Canadian Card Collector, signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!